Y'all focusing in on the wrong part of my little rant on Roadhog. Listen, I was there with Hook 1.0.
This can't be good.
I remember the dark times. I was also there when they nerfed him into the ground, where he was literally a throw pick, and the only thing he had was the fact that his hook went through space-time to hook people from across the map.
Was that the same era? I'm pretty sure Hook 1.0 was gone before the rework.
Okay. I offhandedly said, take away Ryan's charge. Yeah, I did, because he's the only one with a one-hit kill.
Sigma. I mean, I guess Sigma's is technically a combo. But so is his Hog. It's a combo technically, but...
Literally the only tank with a one-hit kill.
You don't... we all know that the Ryan one-shot kill thing is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard someone say. Okay.
The video was... They're probably going to make him useless yet again.
Good.
Do you not remember when they messed with his numbers to make him OP in Overwatch 1, and then...
Does anybody remember when he got 4 micro nerfs? Or sorry, micro buffs, and I told everybody, hey, Hog is going to be OP as in Overwatch 1, and like people don't realize it yet, and then 4 or 5 months later, guess what? Everyone started playing Hog at the end of Overwatch 1. No more double shield. Everyone played Sigma Hog. Why? Because he got like 4 or 5 little micro buffs, and I was like, hey guys, why do we keep doing this? Oh, because he's not getting picked. But he's not getting picked not because he's not good, but because double shield is strong. And then it got to the point where he was actually so strong they could overpower double shield. And Overwatch wasn't getting more updates at that point because we were all locked in for Overwatch 2. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
They went the exact opposite way and made him utterly useless. Am I the only one that recalls these times? Because I'm feeling like I am. He in Overwatch yet again. Do you not remember when they messed with his numbers to make him OP in Overwatch 1, and then they went the exact opposite way and made him utterly useless?
So they messed with his numbers and made him OP, and then they took it away and he wasn't OP. Wow, okay, today's on.
I'm the only one that recalls these times, because I'm feeling like I am. I'm hesitant for a rework because I just have this feeling that they're going to mess it up really bad.
Good. I hope they do, because Overwatch has always been in a good state when Roadhog is not meta. When Roadhog is hard meta, the game has always been ass. It always has been throughout history. Hog is an older designed hero that does not fit the 5v5 format in his current state.
Here's 3 useful Bastion techs you didn't know, and if this video helps you out, then help me out. Reconfigure melee. Bastion can melee during his transformation. Not only does this deal damage and not slow his time to fire at all, but it causes the enemy to see a very confusing animation. This animation changes based on your movement though. So if you jump and then transform melee, your tank form shows later, meaning the enemy has less warning to go hide. Or you can stand still to have the animation delay, not showing you in tank form until you're already firing.
Okay, I've never seen that one before.
An enemy like Winston when you can afford to stand still. Reduce transform cooldown. When Bastion's ultimate is over, he always returns to recon mode, even if you had been in tank mode before. The problem with this is that if you use it from your tank form, your transform ability will always be on a 10-second cooldown after. So make sure to exit your tank mode before
Interesting.
Ultimate. This way the transform cooldown can start regenerating. Also, his ultimate can score headshots, so make sure to aim for those. Double grenade rocket jump. By jumping over Bastion's tactical grenade as it goes off, you can get a surprisingly high or far rocket jump. But you can double this up by firing straight into the air, and then immediately firing your next one at your feet when the cooldown is back.
That I knew. I actually think I made a video or a small video on that. Yeah, that one over here in like the middle where you like
to have the animation delay, not showing you in tank.
That one's funny as hell. I love this. This is awesome. This is a great one.
Still to have the animation delay. Enemy has less warning to go hide. Or you can stand still to have the animation delay, not showing you in tank form until you're already firing at them. So try this against an enemy like Winston when you can afford to.
That was awesome. I've never seen that before. Is that very useful as a tech? I don't know. But that was awesome. That looked cool. Thank you for sharing this. Best DPS in low ranks. If you have good aim, most of the time you can just brute force a team. It's not about good aim. It's about both teams stand there and just shoot the tanks, and Bastion does enough DPS to overpower that healing. That's why I think he's just, it's always so good. Although Bastion is actually not that bad.
Flip side of the last...
Oh, it's this guy. This guy cooks.
Flip side of the last video I did on Sojourn and Kiriko, this is how we power creep Cassidy up a notch so that he is more engaging and fun to play. First things first, Magnetic Grenade is way too easy for Cass's kit. Cass is supposed to be the super like high skill, high aim sense super fun in the mix character, and right now he just doesn't really function that way, so I've got some changes to make him a little cooler. First things first, axe magnetic grenade out of the game. It's not as good as stun, it's weird, it's not super rewarding to hit, and every time you get a pick with it, part of you knows that it's really jank.
Right.
My fix for this is something that a commenter said on my last video where we were talking about why Cass is a little weak right now. And it's basically you just give him some Halo style frag grenades. I've got two options for this.
Wait.
The first one is just give him 2 charges. The second one is give him 1 charge, but it refreshes on roll. I don't know which one of these would be better, but I personally like to lean a bit more to just giving him 2 and letting the roll just be a reload. This would be cool because you could use it to clear out rooms, you could use it to bank off walls,
Wait a minute, like Halo style grenades? That would actually be kind of cool, but would that be better?
You do a lot of high skill stuff. There aren't really grenades in Overwatch is what this made me realize, and that's just sort of a missed opportunity. He could be a really cool character, and it kind of fits his theme. Ashe has her firebomb, which is more damage over time because she's poke and wants to keep people further away. Cass wants to be in the mix, so a burst option would be cool, and if it's a Halo style frag grenade, that means you can shoot it in the air to blow it up, which would be awesome. Now, the next big thing that needs
This guy cooks!
to be changed about Cassidy is High Noon. High Noon is Cheeks. High Noon has been Cheeks, and it just will always stay Cheeks. So why don't we change it for another Western-inspired ability? Rather than that, let's let him do something cool and fun that inspires playing up close and personal, and let's let him just pull out a second Peacekeeper when he does High Noon. Maybe we can give him a bit faster movement speed, a bit faster fire rate, but a bit worse accuracy, so he's just more in the mix, just akimbo firing.
Like if it was like 6 seconds of akimbo?
Peacekeepers, that would be kind of sick. And it would be just a fun, unique type of ultimate that we don't really see in Overwatch. Also, while he would be doing this, he wouldn't have Fan the Hammer, so you don't have to worry about him shooting 12 bullets at you at once in like a quarter of a second span. He would just be on which would be kind of fun, kind of exciting. I think it could be a unique mechanic. Anyways, I think that would be way more fun and engaging than the way Cass is now, and it would make you feel like an absolute badass playing him.
Yo, I don't know who this is. I'd never really seen them before, but this guy's got some spicy good takes, and I like it. I like it, dude. That sounds awesome. I think the best part, it has a good delivery, knows how to explain it well. So, you know what? I'm in. I'm totally down.
3 big mistakes every new Reinhardt player is making: not playing choke points correctly. Choke points are the most dangerous locations in Overwatch. So on defense, your job is to stay on your side of the choke point and keep the enemy stuck there as long as possible. Fail to do this, and they get through the danger for free. On offense, your job is to push through the choke points and make safe space for your team on the other side. Hesitate or fail to do this and your team will be stuck and unable to do much. Not shield hopping. Shield hopping is a useful tech that allows you to walk a lot faster than just walking with your shield up, while still protecting yourself the majority of the time. To do it, move forward, jump, and then shield while you're in the air. Then just keep repeating this. Doing this tech lets you move about 30% faster than just shield walking, so you can close
Yeah, but it's not just
down
that
the distance
though.
on enemies faster while still being mostly safe. Using charge.
This is why educational content is sometimes really hard. Is because conveying messages and teaching people things is very difficult. Like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're going to teach somebody well. Being able to explain not only what you're doing but why you're doing it is actually how you teach, as opposed to, like, I can make a guide, right? I can make a guide of like where you should stand on Gibraltar, right? I can tell you everywhere you're supposed to stand on Gibraltar. I could give you backup points to where you stand on Gibraltar and why you stand on them and why you hold certain positions. Unless you understand fully why, how you're supposed to cover those, what comps you're playing against or playing with, you're not going to be able to know why you're supposed to be doing something. You're just going to replicate it, and you're not going to have as much of a success because you don't understand why you're doing what you've been told to do. And the reason why shield hopping is important isn't because of the movement, it's because of the resource changes. Like the other one talked about it a little bit, was, keeping your resources up. But not only that, you're building ult charge for your supports, and you're also using your health bar as a resource to get closer.
Too much.
I know that this is probably not supposed to be that deep, but
can cancel his charge during use.
I think that's important.
He's still very vulnerable while using it. So even though landing a pin is very tempting, pressing shift in the middle of a fight is usually just an easy way to die.
So wait, what was the tip?
Charge too much. In Overwatch 2, Reinhardt...
No, that's wrong. Actually, Overwatch 2, you should be charging a ton, but not straight down main. So again, this is why these types of things sometimes aren't always the best or the worst. Like, they're not bad, it's just Could be better. Okay, next. Uh-oh.
Hello, I'm a highly opinionated Overwatch player that has been playing since Torbjorn had to pick up Scrap. Here's my Overwatch hot takes. I also want to preface this by saying I'm a console player, so my experience
Oh no.
is a little different. First up, Brigitte was not the reason that Overwatch 1 died.
Oh no.
There were many other things contributing to the downfall of Overwatch that happened before Brigitte. Brigitte definitely shifted the game, but is not the reason that the game died. The Battle Pass system in and of itself is not bad, and it just needs very slight changes. I think in the quickest way that I describe this, if they can only have new cosmetics
followed it with a decent take.
everything new that you want for the characters and new characters in the Battle Pass, but everything that was in Overwatch 1 in loot boxes, and you can still have the shop where you can buy direct cosmetics from events and stuff, I think that would fix all their problems. I don't know if I described that right, but we're gonna move on.
I didn't understand that at all.
Rework and changes similar to original form. I have an entire
No.
idea for Brigitte rework, and I don't have time to get into it in this video.
No.
That I will.
No.
Echo should have stayed a support. I have said so many times. I've ranted about this to my friends so many times that Echo should have.
Did we ever actually? Do we even know what support Echo would have looked like? I remember. I thought that was just a rumor.
Stayed with her original design and been a support. I think that the reason that she was changed into a damage because of her ultimate being too much for a support is so bullshit. Anyway.
Echo was a support. Yeah, I always heard it was a rumor though. I've never heard any actual like, oh, this is what she was gonna be. This is what we wanted. I do remember people saying that. The Echo was supposed to be a support, but I've never seen anything that ever backed up like what it was supposed to be. According to the devs, she was designed as a support but felt bad, then devs changed her to DPS. So we don't even know what that original kit looked like.
Be hurt by his own bombs. As a console player, I don't think Junkrat is as effective on PC, but as a console player, Junkrats are menaces, and they deal so much fucking damage for no reason. And the fact that it's hard to fight a Junkrat from range unless you're flying or a sniper, but also you can't get close to him because of his amazing burst potential, he needs to have a drawback, aside from playing like Pharah or Ashe or Pharah, or Widow, whatever. He needs to be hurt by his own bombs.
No.
Push actually isn't a bad game mode. The only bad part about Push that I don't know how they could fix. You know what? Y'all didn't ask my opinions, so I asked my hot takes. Torbjorn and May would work better as supports. We're gonna keep going. The Tracer is the highest skill character in the game, and I will die on this hill, especially as a console player. Overwatch is not a game where aim equals skill. There are so many different nuances to this game besides having good aim that make you a good player.
It is somewhat copium because you need good aim to climb.
Support mains have to understand the more fundamentals of the game over any other class. I feel like this
No.
self-explanatory. The Mercy rework was bullshit. I don't have time to get into this video, but if you knew about the Mercy discourse from like 18, maybe when she got reworked, an era.
The original Mercy rework was actually, so Seagull talked about this recently, where the original Mercy rework, everyone all the Mercy players didn't like Seagull because Seagull talked about how annoying and bad for the game's Mercy was originally, and then when Mercy got changed, all the Mercy players just were like mad at Seagull for it. But original Mercy was literally like you'd go in on 2CP, you just sit and spawn on like Temple of Anubis, you just sit and spawn and wait. You'd be alt-tabbed, literally waiting for everyone to die, and then walk around the corner, pop your ult, and then you got to play the game until you built your ult again, and then you went back into spawn and didn't move. That's what you did. Like how people defended that as the good gameplay at the time. So you got to think like, you know, how often do people think something is amazing or good now that other people disagree with on both sides, that if it was changed down the line, we look back and go, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best.
And finally,
so I don't like when people look back at like something like that. It's like, oh, like in 2018 we were talking. I don't. And Mercy's rework stuff, yeah, sure has some issues, but I also don't think Mercy's the big problem with the game. I think Sojourn's the big problem. But
he was the best designed character in the game. Just his,
wait, what?
I want to say like 18, maybe when she got reworked, an era. And finally, Lucio is the best designed character in the game. Just his overall kit, looks, aesthetics, everything, his skins.
Lucio's skins are not good.
But I have to give props where props is due. Lucio and honorable mention Diva are some of the best designed characters I've ever seen in a video game.
I mean, not wrong. I do think Lucio's a really good design character, but anyways.